Hi, this is Vi from Scrappy Mania, and today we're going to create a card for Valentine. Now, it's the day before Valentine, and I need to create 3 more cards to give out for my family. So here, this is one card, and this is another card. So notice that the layout is basically the same. It's just the colors and some of the embellishments that you use is what makes it different. Also, the paper is what makes the difference. So if you really need to create a card, like I'm short on time, I really need to create 3 more cards pretty quickly and get them ready for tomorrow morning, then this project is perfect for you. So here's 2 examples of my card, and I'm going to create a 3rd different card using that same layout or same kind of sketch. So I'm going to use, this is a stamp that this one is going to be my label for Happy Valentine, and this stamp is actually one of those that you buy Studio G at Michael's, and it was like $1 or $1.50. I'm not sure how much it was. I think it was like $1 for this one. And then this one is to spend a stamp, and it's a doily stamp that I use a lot, so I'm going to use this small one for the background to put behind here. Now, these are some of my Prima clays that I have a video on how I create these. So I'm going to use the one. Now, this is one of the ones that comes with Happy, I think it's Thinking of You. Let me go ahead and pull the stamp for that one so you can see the stamp set that comes in. So it's the Love the Lot stamp set, and it says Missing You. Let me see what else. Sending You Lots of Love. And actually, I like that one. So I think I'm going to use this one, Sending You Lots of Love. I didn't realize they had this nice little stamp. And I think that will fit perfect here. Okay. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use the little doll. And notice when you do the Prima clay, it does shrink a little bit. As you can see, it does shrink a little bit. And your heart does shrink a little bit too. So this is the heart. And see how it shrinks just a tad more. So it makes it a little smaller once it starts drying. Okay, so I got those 2. I got a 4 1/4. Actually, this is an 8 by 8.5 by 5.5. That's the size for this. 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half, so it becomes 4 1/4 by 5.5. And then I need a panel, so this is going to be my panel, but I am going to cover this panel with this 8 by 8 piece of paper that I've got some time ago, and I am just going to use this for the panel on top of my paper. This is going to be, so I have just a little bit of scrap paper for my stamping and my embellishments, and then I'm going to use this Studio G alphabet set, and I'm going to use it to spell Valentine, and I'm going to use this other set, which was from Stampin' Up, and it's a 2-step stamping called Smile, and I bought this one a long time ago. So I'm going to use that. And then, of course, you need something to create your heart, so either you can use a piece of paper and make the heart and then trace it out and cut it by hand, or you can use the Fisker cutter, and I'm using this one, and I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the smaller one. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and I'm also going to use some portfolio for the background of my card. So the first thing I need to do is I need to mount this paper on here, and I want to make sure I mount it so some of the saying, like love, shows up. I think I like that love, or I think I like that love. So let me go ahead and glue this down. So I'm just going to place my panel on top of the cardstock of that, it's not cardstock, it's actually just pattern paper. And then I'm going to wrap the edges around because I didn't want any rough edges on my card. So now I'm ready to cut with my Fisker cutter. So there's 2 advice that I will give you with the Fisker cutter. First, you got to make sure you can read Fisker when you are cutting your shape. Second, you really need a sharp knife. There, it was not cutting. My knife was dull. So it really left some ragged edges, and it didn't cut out right, and I had to go with over it with my craft blade. But it worked fine. I mean, it just gave her that rough little outline, but that's fine. And then I do go over it with my Sharpie, with my marker, and made some outlines on the heart, and I did some outlines on the card itself, and that really made a statement, because you can see there it's a little plain. It doesn't look, I mean, it just needs something. So as soon as I put my outline on my heart, my outline around the frame, it really popped. And then I'm just getting ready to kind of stamp my doily, and I'm also going to go ahead and stamp my little frame that I purchased at Michael's some time ago. So when you have a stamp, so I'm going like this one that says happy birthday, and you only want a part of that saying, what you do is you put a piece of tape on the area that you do not want stamped. You then use your ink and you stamp it, and then you remove the tape, and you'll get a perfect impression. And then the other trick I want to give advice or is for when you have these letters, like a long word, and you have an alphabet stamp, go ahead and stamp the first letter of your phrase or your word, and then the last letter of your phrase and your word, and that helps you that the rest of the letters you fit in between that space. Otherwise, I've done it before that I have not done that, and I start stamping as I go, and I end up with either too, it goes outside the line, or it's too short and it doesn't look right. It's just, that's a trick that I've kind of learned. And then here, you're just going to go ahead and outline the heart lightly with your pencil, so that way you know where you need to color in the different colors. And then I did use my portfolio, and I smeared the color on the heart there. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to stay within the inside of your heart, because when you put your panel on top, it's going to cover any mistakes. Just make sure you don't go outside the edges, because if you do go outside the edges, then you'll see it underneath your panel. So here I'm just putting my Prima doll that I made out of clay. And then I'm also kind of doing the inside, but notice when I stamped, it did not stamp well. When I stamped the inside, I should have used another piece of cardstock and stamped the same, but see, I kind of fixed it. I went ahead and cut a little piece out, and then I stamped that down on my card. So there's my card. Very simple, quick to do. So here's our three using the same type of sketch, by putting different embellishments and different stamps. This is what you get. So I hope you like this video, and hurry up and make your cards so that way you can give them out for tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Bye now.